Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you don't like that, then go on, get out of here. We didn't want you here anyways. And maybe check out a podcast like Tammy Tucky's Unlocked, where she talks Nancy Drew things to Nancy Drew people. Or you can watch a streamer, Little Jackalope, who does a clean Nancy Drew stream.
Yeah. Videos mostly.
Yeah.
So,
whatever, man. Get your Nancy Drew content.
Exactly.
I get it. We haven't had anything new. It's okay.
Yeah, pretty much. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're doing a bracket. What bracket is it? Why, it's the most nonsensical bracket after all.
Yeah, we're doing a bracket for which game is the most nonsensical. Which game makes the least amount of sense? Just in general. Can be plot, can be setting, just the general weirdness of the game.
Yes, just what... So many of these games just don't make sense.
It's true. And I included both Secrets Can Kill and Secrets Can Kill Remastered.
Well, they are nonsensical in very different ways.
Different ways, yep.
Sorry.
Nope, yep. So, that means we do have to have some qualifiers. So, which is more nonsensical? Warnings at Waverly Academy or Secret of Shadow Ranch? Shadow Ranch is pretty, it makes sense. It's pretty much
It's pretty straightforward.
It is.
Guy wants gold, guy tries to get gold.
Yeah. So, I think that one makes a lot more sense than Corrine wanting to get rid of people so she could search the place for a journal. Okay, so Warnings at Waverly Academy.
The lost poems of
Poe. Edgar Allan Poe.
Which for some reason, one of the founders of their school had a copy of and hid underneath the school.
Yeah, so... Yeah, okay.
And Nancy Drew comes in and 22 Jump Streets. So, I feel like we can throw that one as the most nonsensical of the two.
Next, we have Captive Curse or Shattered Medallion. Okay, Captive Curse doesn't make sense. But Shattered Medallion makes no sense on a whole nother level.
Yeah, they are in different ways. Because, Captive Curse has a much better story, but who thought that this person wandering the grounds in a mask was an actual monster?
Yeah.
What is wrong with these simpletons? That's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, Shattered Medallion makes the least sense of those two.
It does. Because it doesn't make sense why
magical.
It's the plot itself has that doesn't really make sense. Second that doesn't make sense is why are we Nancy Drew in a reality show? And then the next level is, why is that reality show set in New Zealand specifically, but then nothing about the game is affected by the fact that it's New Zealand?
Yeah. It's like somebody won a contest and
that literally is what happened, I think. Is that a fan won a contest and got to pick the destination.
They should have done something with it if you're gonna have it be a factor,
I agree.
Anyway.
But so Shattered Medallion. Okay, now, round 1. Tomb of the Lost Queen versus Warnings at Waverly Academy. Tomb of the Lost Queen is nonsense.
It is nonsense.
It makes very little sense, but I still think...
It's really more just in the way that fiction makes sense.
Yeah.
It's this wouldn't happen, but at the same time, it's at least
as a story
more plausible than Warnings at Waverly Academy.
Yeah. Okay. So, by the way, we love Warnings at Waverly Academy.
We do.
It's one of our, it's top 10. So
I will shit
mad
all
about
over
it.
the things I love.
It's nonsense.
Because I'm the only one who gets to. Because anyone else who speaks out against it is wrong. That's why I watch, CinemaSins and shit. It's like, hey, no. You're not wrong, but no.
Okay, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon versus Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon versus Curse of Blackmore Manor. You know, I'm actually going to have to go with Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Yeah, honestly. The whole murder mystery train situation, isn't as bizarre.
Not nearly so. Some
as a plot,
socialite, fucking pulling a grift, and she does it in an old-timey way, and it's this is ridiculous. But at the same time, it makes way more sense than a family cult, and what do they believe is happening? What do they think they're doing?
I don't know.
What does she think is happening? Regardless, yes. Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Okay.
Again, love the game.
Next one is very difficult. Phantom of Venice versus Creature of Kapu Cave. I don't know if I can choose.
If it was against something else, I would absolutely say Phantom of Venice. However, Creature of Kapu Cave doesn't even bother to explain itself.
It really doesn't.
It is an absolute bummer. There is nothing that makes it doesn't try. They wrote the action and then they didn't bother to actually remember how to make things connect. They're like, but we've got two stories going on. Now they're kind of one. Yes.
And now suddenly Nancy is there and Frank and Joe are there and we're hopping on lava. Okay. Trail of the Twister versus Alibi and Ashes. Trail of the Twister. I feel. No, Alibi and Ashes. Trail of the Twister feels like it could actually happen because white dude in academia not getting tenure.
Tenure,
that is actually pretty realistic.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to say Alibi and Ashes because they
pretend Nancy and Deirdre are straight.
Exactly. It's nonsense. Okay. So, Haunting of Castle Malloy versus Final Scene. Haunting of Castle Malloy, absolutely. Final Scene actually I don't think it makes sense perfectly.
Oh yes, we're going to be in a dilapidated castle, which could crumble on us at any moment. And we have amazing accents, don't we?
In the castle.
In the castle, Nancy.
Pretty much. But so that one definitely wins. Haunted Carousel versus Secret of the Old Clock. Secret of the Old Clock. That wins immediately by being in 1930.
Yeah, there's that. There is that.
That immediately wins.
Also, whatever that fucking the carriage puzzle. I love it. It's pretty, but I don't think it makes sense.
I think very little of that game makes sense at all. Okay. Shadow at the Water's Edge versus Danger on Deception Island. Danger on Deception Island. 100%.
1,000%, because it's so weird how any of it is connected.
It is bizarre.
Again.
Oh, I love it. It's
an amazing
third favorite game.
I feel like that's why it's so good, because it's so fucking bizarre. It's like an episode of Twin Peaks.
It is.
Where it's they're taking the story seriously, but you're like, what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god, I really want to have that game, like, redone, literally just so that you have, like, Twin Peaks style music in the background instead of the lovely, like,
jaunty
stuff.
That would be interesting. Okay. Stay tuned for Danger versus Secret of the Scarlet Hand. I'm actually going to say that both of those make more sense than a lot of the other games.
They really do. They're actually some of the much more realistic ones.
Not like realistic, but it makes
more realistic than some of them.
It makes way more sense as a plot.
Yes. I'm gonna have to go with Secret of the Scarlet Hand.
Yeah.
Just because of how they run a goddamn museum.
Yeah.
Because, no. At least stay tuned for Danger. I can see that shit happening.
Yeah. Legend of the Crystal Skull versus Shattered Medallion. That is pretty, like, hard for me.
Really?
I feel like collecting a bunch of eyes is just bizarre.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I thought that was perfectly natural.
All of that stuff. How did he do any of that, like, mechanically speaking? How did this man make any of this work? And how would he be sure that Henry would do any of this?
He's been working on it his whole life, and he just happened to, get Henry at a time and be like, okay, I'll leave you some clues, and
I agree that Shattered Medallion is
honestly
makes less sense. But I have to put out there at how bizarre Legend of the Crystal Skull is.
Sure, but it follows the standards of the genre.
Yeah, it does.
It's weird, but this is reality to Nancy Drew.
Yeah. Danger by Design versus Message in a Haunted Mansion. Danger by Design. That entire thing makes so little sense. Message in a Haunted Mansion at least is someone, like we said with Shadow Ranch, dude wants gold, dude tries to get gold. Like, that is a standard plot. Yeah. Like, Scooby-Doo ass shit. Yeah. Whereas Danger by Design is a woman is being blackmailed by the Russian government to plant a bug on the first lady.
I think it's the German government.
That's so weird.
It really is.
I think you're right. I think it is the German government. Like, what the fuck?
Or maybe I'm conflating it because that's the one in which our historical heroine dates a Nazi.
Yeah, okay. Danger by Design.
That's the other part of it.
Yeah. It's real fucked up.
No addressing.
Yeah. Secrets Can Kill versus Deadly Device. Deadly Device. Secrets Can Kill, like, it actually makes sense. Kid is blackmailing a bunch of people, and then that same kid ends up dead.
Yeah, also very very Twin Peaks, really.
Yeah. It's kind of, got a bit of Poirot in it.
A little, yeah.
Just a little, like, in the way that it's, like, set up as a good, very classic mystery.
Mystery. Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, Deadly Device, then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it makes way less sense, to be honest. Okay. Ghost of Thornton Hall versus Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Oof,
magoof. Because they're both the same kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Where it's like,
woman wants gold, woman gets gold. Woman wants
inheritance, woman gets inheritance.
Like, they both have... But I feel like at least Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake explains itself.
Yeah, that's true. Like, for for Ghost Thornton Hall, they're just like, no, it was carbon monoxide poisoning. It's like, that doesn't make sense. How no, you don't get to do this. In these games, you have proven time and again, there are no ghosts.
Yeah.
You don't get to just play, fucking no. How dare you play with our sense of reality?
Yeah. So Ghost of Thornton Hall. Okay. Ransom of the Seven Ships versus Labyrinth of Lies. I don't know.
I mean, and I hate to say it, but I think Labyrinth of Lies might make less sense.
Yeah, and that's saying something because Ransom of the Seven Ships is pure nonsense.
Because, like, it is. At least, like, okay, Ransom of the Seven Ships, like.
No, Ransom of the Seven Ships is ridiculous. A man finds out the owners of a resort are going on a vacation for a week, so he contacts this girl who put him in jail to tell her she's on a vacation to this resort, and he's going to pretend to be the resort owners in this, like, situation, knowing that she's coming at a time where they're gone. And then he pretends to be a Jamaican man, and then kidnaps her best friend? Like, what
when
the
actors
fuck?
Commit crimes, sister. When
what
actors commit crimes.
Fuck.
But like it's stupid, but it is like that's the kind of thing that's basically Scream 2. Scream 2? Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's just it's okay. I will say that the set for Labyrinth of Lies pushes it over the edge.
Yes, abso-fucking-lutely.
Because that is just complete, like, it completely breaks my, like, suspension of disbelief.
It really, really does.
Immediately.
Oof.
Okay, White Wolf of Icicle Creek versus Treasure Royal Tower. Both of them are in blizzards. Or in cold places. You can freeze to death.
In both. That's delightful. Such a delight.
I think White Wolf of Icicle Creek, I don't, just the fact that Treasure Royal Tower, it has to be. They just claim that this fictional character invented chocolate milk. They claim their fictional character invented a real thing that was not him. And they flew an entire tower, just a tower of a castle, to Wisconsin? Why?
I know there was a time when, like,
but a castle!
Because, like, I agree, and especially one from France. I'm with you. I'm not saying it does. And honestly, I am going to go with Treasure Royal Tower because I see, there's a certain suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
And that it obeys itself.
Yeah. Like, in this instance, this is true, and it follows those rules that it sets itself. Like, okay. Midnight in Salem versus Secrets Can Kill Remastered.
Okay.
Midnight in Salem.
Midnight in Salem. Yeah. No question.
No. Yeah.
As not fond as I am of that revised ending.
No.
It makes more sense still.
Yeah. Okay. Sea of Darkness versus Silent Spy. Silent Spy.
Yeah.
It is completely nonsensical. There's no part of it that is logical at all. So. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that as well. Yeah.
So round 2. Warnings at Waverly Academy versus Curse of Blackmore Manor. That is rough.
That is difficult.
I feel like a family, like, oriented cult in Britain isn't as bizarre as whatever the fuck happens with Warnings at Waverly Academy. Like...
But, like...
I just feel like there could be families out there with bizarre cults. Like, I could believe that might be a thing. But whatever the fuck... There's, like, a pendulum that almost chops us to pieces.
Yeah.
Why did the woman do that when she hid the journal? Why did she include a razor-sharp pendulum?
Because then the game can happen.
So, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Creature of Kapu Cave versus Alibi in Ashes. Creature of Kapu Cave.
I mean, yeah, Creature of Kapu Cave.
Okay. Haunting of Castle Malloy versus Secret of the Old Clock. I'm Secret of the Old Clock? Like, not only is it 1930, but, like, we're solving a mystery that really makes...
Okay.
Really, he thought she was a woman? He thought he was he really believed that.
Okay. But hear me out. A very old, very senile old woman flies around in a 80-year-old goddamn jetpack made by her father, who blew up their home. But his rocket lab is there, and you have to pick through the jars and not break them, because that'll just cause an explosion and you'll die.
Okay. Point taken. Oh. Danger on Deception Island versus Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Danger on Deception Island. There is an orca that is being used for smuggling.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Yeah. Stolen art makes a lot more sense. Or, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Shattered Medallion versus Danger by Design. I think that German government blackmailing a fashion designer into they're blackmailing her about a fucking tattoo on her face, and that's enough to get her to perform espionage. That she's taking to not tell about the fucking tattoo on her face. That's all they have on her. And that's what she is literally bugging the first lady's dress. Like, you know, what?
I think that's worth treason. Yep.
I think that is actually more nonsensical than whatever the fuck Shattered Medallion is.
Yeah.
Reality show, shit going wrong on a reality show is somehow
Anunnaki, that sort of shit.
It makes more sense than... Damn.
Wow.
Okay. Deadly Device versus Ghost of Thornton Hall.
I mean, at least I can see Deadly Device happening. Like, maybe the science is bad, but, like...
The actual murder
is
plausible.
And the kind of, like, linking it to the shady shit that happened during Tesla's day, and yeah.
So, Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Yeah. For Ghost.
Yep. Labyrinth of Lies versus Treasure on Royal Tower. I'm still gonna say Labyrinth of Lies.
But your talk about the tower.
I mean, yeah.
It really... God.
It's bizarre. And not only did they make a fictional character be the inventor of chocolate milk, they made him an abusive asshole. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm getting really loud.
He was real abusive to his child.
Yeah, okay. Treasure Royal Tower.
But she wasn't even forced to have him, so why was he so horrible to him?
I don't
You chose this life!
Okay. Midnight in Salem versus Silent Spy. Silent Spy. I think that is just so
It's
bizarre.
still, yeah, that is still more bizarre because, like
she's
Midnight
involved-
in Salem at least could almost be like a Scooby-Doo TV movie, but like, and bear with me, I am saying TV movie, not one of those fucking cassettes that came out and then they played them on TV too. Those were bomb. Anyway.
Okay. So, round 3.
Woo.
Warnings at Waverly Academy versus Creature of Kapu Cave. It's getting harder.
I'm gonna have to go with Creature of Kapu Cave.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
my dad owes some money to some really bad guys. Some really bad men.
At least Warnings at Waverly Academy feels like a early 2000s Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it does. Okay, Haunting of Castle Malloy versus Danger on Deception Island. Oof.
Well, while Danger on Deception Island is the much more convoluted story, I feel like so many of the elements of Haunting of Castle Malloy just put it a little over the top. Like the aforementioned science aspects.
Okay, but consider she throws a tank of oxygen at an orca so that the orca will hit it and hit the man in the head
precedent for that.
And save his life. I mean, save her life. Like, what? What the fuck?
No, I agree. It's weird decision making, but at least we know that it's something the orca does.
I mean, yeah, it does explain itself.
It's the Chekhov's gun. Like,
it tries to explain itself. Whereas The Haunting of Castle Malloy does not.
It does not. In fact, it tries very hard to not explain a thing. Like, it's like, and who are the Axis and the Allies? Well, nobody important. And yeah, I just...
Yeah. Okay. Danger by Design versus Ghost of Thornton Hall. Danger by Design. Ghost of Thornton Hall makes, like, at least a plot sense. Like, at the story itself of a, a murder in the family over inheritance. Inheritance. God, why did that not work right? So,
as a standalone, I feel like the game makes more sense, but within the actual Nancy Drew universe, that's what makes it make less sense.
But Danger by Design, is just
Danger by Design could not be a standalone.
No. Treasure Royal Tower versus Silent Spy. Silent Spy.
Spy. Yeah. I'm gonna.
It's still. Why would she be? And why was Kate? And
I don't understand that one.
Creature of Kapu Cave versus Haunting of Castle Malloy.
I mean, Creature of Kapu Cave, just because at least, Haunting of Castle Malloy, like...
At least, like, there are clues. that you could actually probably guess.
Like the things that are involved are things that we have been learning about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it makes a bit more sense.
While it's offensive, it's
yeah.
It's also
so yeah, Creature of Kapu Cave makes less sense.
Mm-hmm.
Danger by Design versus Silent Spy. That's really hard for me because they are so bizarre in kind of a similar way.
Yeah, really though. Her Interactive should not be doing the spy-related
no, it's so
games.
It just does not work out very well. It's not a good look.
It's not.
I just Nancy stopping like a biological weapon by help from her dead mom's ex-girlfriend, her like some random dude, the spy that she once dressed as in another like
yeah, that's absolutely bonkers.
Okay, so it's Silent Spy.
Yeah. I was gonna make like some funny suggestion about why it would be the other, but
no, but it's just yeah.
But overall, I was gonna go with that anyway.
So, Creature of Kapu Cave versus Silent Spy. This is it. This is the final. This is so hard because they're both so nonsensical. Neither of them.
Okay, we've got like server room shit, but we've also got completely like, hey, well, first. What you guys didn't know was he worked at a pineapple farm for a little while at some point in the past. Because, duh.
So he knew how to do it.
Yeah, so he knew exactly how to affect the fucking ecosystem. How? Like,
but also,
you're not telling me he developed strains of pineapple or like some shit like that, like then I could buy it, but he just worked there like for a summer or whatever.
Yeah. But on the other hand, there's a literal firewall that you can trap a man behind. A literal firewall.
Okay, but hear me out. I love that. I really wish that was something that we'd had at the data center. Do you know how frequently I would have locked my coworkers behind those firewalls? It's like, no, Edwin, you can sit there and think about what you've done.
She literally saves the entire world.
Yeah.
That what? That is so, like, the stakes are too high.
Maybe. But maybe it's just realistic fan fiction. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I really don't know between these two. It's your pick.
I'm gonna have to go with Creature of Kapu Cave because it's bonkers.
Yeah.
Like the plot of Spy is stupid, but like
it kind of has like
it has a structure.
You can kind of follow what's going on and make a guess as to what happened. Instead of what happens in the end of Kapu Cave, where it's like, this is a bunch of information we never knew, and it has somehow affected the outcome of this entire story. Sure. So yeah, Creature of Kapu Cave.
Creature of Kapu Cave, you make the least sense.
Yep. And you know what? That is completely true. Yeah, that is. I mean, to be honest, I thought like Ransom the Seven Ships would win, or something like that. But man, we really did make those cases. So,
I'm trying to remember. I might have actually guessed that when we first were talking. Like, I don't think I said anything, but there was one of these where first round I was like, we're going to end up on that one, but I can't remember if that's what it was.
Yeah, but yeah, the link to the blank
bracket.
Whatchamacallit. Thank you. God, English. It's hard, okay?
It really is.
So we will leave a link to the blank bracket below in the description of wherever you're reading this. Listening. Oh my god.
I mean, they'll read the link, I guess.
Send us your answers.
Let us know.
Send your answers on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or our fancy website, krolmeistersisters.knifefightclub.com.
You can also find us, but maybe not leave the bracket.
No.
Less appropriate. You can find us, though, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, and in them there are places you can leave, like, little reviews or little, like, oh, they were so right about the sensicalicity of that game.
And of this podcast. No, we're making great sense. If you would like to support us, you can subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our numerous emotes, podcast night VODs, and the backer channel on our Discord. Or you can support us over on patreon.com/KrolmeisterSisters to get access to backer channel on our Discord, podcast night VODs, stream cat pictures, and you can even tell us what to talk about. So yeah, as a reminder, I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister Sisters, and we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.